Are you looking to live a more fulfilled and intentional life? Do you want to understand the underlying principles that govern our reality? Welcome to the Gifted Goddess podcast, where we have discussions on how to rearrange your life the way you want it. Basically, today you're in the right place. You're always in the right place. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the Kybalion and unlocking the secrets of the universe. We'll discuss 3 key lessons from the ancient texts that will help you tap into the power of manifestation and create the life you want. We'll have also 3 positive real world examples for each of them, so it helps you to see how accessible and achievable the teachings are. Sit back, relax, grab a cup of tea, and let's discover the wisdom of the Kybalion. So, lesson 1. Everything is mental. The first lesson from the Kybalion is that everything in the universe is mental in nature. This means that our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions shape our experiences and outcomes. For example, if you believe in your ability to achieve your goal and cultivate positive emotions and relationships, you will attract experiences and opportunities that align with that belief. So this lesson reminds us that we have the power to shape our reality through the thoughts we choose to focus on. And to be honest, me personally, I would practice this before I was even conscious mentalism was a principle, right? So before I would always go out, or before I would do solo trips or travel, I always set out the intention that I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to rendezvous with amazing people. I'm going to get to, meet new people. I'm going to get to learn. I'm going to get to grow and have a positive experience overall. And it would always happen, whether it was on solo travel trips, or whether it was just me going out, or whether it was just me going to networking events. It was always that, I always set out that intention before I left the house. And it made a huge difference. So if you don't practice this already, I would recommend you can practice this before stepping out, or even just before stepping out your door for the day. You can be like, today I'm going to have an amazing day. I'm going to rendezvous with great people, have insightful conversations, nourishing conversations, and have a lot of fun. Lesson 2 from the Kybalion is the law of vibration. This states that everything in the universe is in a state of vibration, and that our thoughts and emotion also vibrate at a certain frequency. Everything is constantly moving. Nothing is ever still. For example, if you focus on positive emotions like love, joy, and gratitude, you attract experiences and outcomes that align with that high frequency. This lesson teaches us that our emotions are powerful tools in manifesting the life we want. And honestly, the emotional scale, it is something that's often discussed. And the emotional scale is something obviously we can't see. We can't see that everything's vibrating, but our emotions do emit a certain frequency. So on the emotional scale, the high frequency emotions, the positive emotions are love, gratitude, joy, enthusiasm, inspiration. And these are emotions that we want to be in, because then we have a more positive experience. And then the lower frequency emotions, or the negative emotions, are anger, fear, jealousy, envy, and greed. But the great thing about the low vibration, you can always check in with yourself, because no 2 emotions cannot exist at the same time, right? You cannot be positive and negative at the same time. So if you're predominantly positive, and then you're noticing on a certain day you're having a run-in with a colleague, or a run-in with your neighbor or a friend or something, then you can check in with yourself. You'll be like, I guess I'm vibrating at a different frequency because I'm matched up, let's say, with that confrontation. What is going on with me? What haven't I sifted out? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? What is bringing my vibration down? Or what have I raised my vibration? Should I raise my vibration? Have I missed out on a certain practice? So it's a great tool to check in with yourself as well. Lesson 3, and the last lesson for this podcast today, is the principle of polarity. The Kybalion states the principle of polarity is everything in the universe has an opposite, and that everything is dual in nature. For example, if you focus on positive experience and outcomes like abundance and prosperity and success, you attract those in your life. And the duality goes even further, because even if you think about it, there's the sun and there's the moon and there's dark and there's light and there's hot and there's cold. So these opposites, and there's yin and there's yang. So these opposites really are present everywhere. Even if you look at the genders, we've got male, we've got female. Everything is dual, or we've got even water and we've got steam. This principle reminds us to focus on the positive and see the good in every situation. You see how you can have two different people go through the same experience, but both of them have different outcomes. One person might see it as a blessing. Let's say somebody missed their train in the morning. One person is there moaning, complaining, oh my gosh, I'm so late, and now because I'm late, I'm gonna get to work and I'm stressed and and X, Y, and Z. And the other person sees it as, okay, maybe I wasn't supposed to be on that train. There's a reason for everything. And I've got an extra 5 minutes to breathe and to relax and to come into the office a little bit calmer. Yes, I might not be on time in the sense as in I'm supposed to be there at 8, for example, but I'm going to arrive at a calmer state and I'll be able to be more productive throughout the day. You see how those two different people have set themselves up differently with the same situation. That is the principle of duality, because in that moment you can choose whether you're going to be predominantly negative or you're going to be positive. So that is also a choice that we have. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you can bless somebody else's timeline with this video. So in conclusion, the Kybalion offers timeless wisdom and practical insight into the laws that govern our reality. By embracing these lessons and applying them to our life, we can tap into the powers of manifestation and create the life we want. So let's start applying these teachings today and see how far we'll go. In all honesty, these teachings, for me, when I was reading the Kybalion, it kind of just clicked, because some of these principles I was practicing without knowing that I'm practicing. And it's just like click, click, click. And I would recommend anyone that hasn't read the Kybalion yet to pick up a copy and read the Kybalion. I wish you an amazing new week ahead. As always, love and light, my loves. Ciao.